In the 4th century BC, a banker son threw the city of Stanhope into scandal by counterfeiting coins. When the dust finally settled, the young man, Diogenes of Stanhope, had been stripped of his citizenship, his money, and all his possessions. At least that's how the story goes. Despite many of the details of Diogenes' life are shadowy. The philosophical idea born out of his disgrace survive today. In exile, Diogenes decided that by rejecting the opinions of others and societal measures of the state, he could be really free. He would live self-sufficiently, close to nature, without materialism, vanity, or conformity. In practice, this means he spent years wandering around Greek city with nothing but a cloak, staff, and knapsack, outdoor year-round, forgoing technology, baths, and good food. He didn't go about this new existence quietly, but instead to have teased passerby and mocked the powerful, eating, urinating, and even masturbating in public. The citizens called him a Kion, a barking dog. Although meant as an insult, though were actually a good symbol for his philosophy. They are happy creatures, free from abstraction like wealth or reputation. Diogenes and his growing number of followers become known as dog philosopher or kynikoi. The designation that eventually began the word cynics. The early cynics were a carefree bunch drawn to the freedom of a wandering lifestyle. As Diogenes' reputation grows, some others try to change his commitment. Alexander the Great offered him anything he desired, but instead of asking for material good, Diogenes only asked Alexander to get out of his sunshine. After Diogenes' last adherents to his philosophy continued to call themselves cynics for about 900 years, until 500 CE. Some Greek philosophers like Stoics thought everyone should follow Diogenes' example. They also attempt to tone down his philosophy to more acceptable for conventional society, which of course fundamentally at odds with his approach. Others view cynics less charitable. In Roman province of Syria, in the 2nd century CE, satirist Lucian described cynics of his own time as unprincipled, materialistic, self-promoting hypocrites. Who only preach what Diogenes had once actually practiced. Reading Lucian's text a century later, Renaissance and Reformation writers call their rival cynics as an insult, meant mean people who criticize others without having anything worthwhile to say. This usage eventually laid the groundwork for modern meaning of the word cynics. A person who thinks everyone else is acting out of pure self-interest, even if they claim a higher motive. The philosophy of still the philosophy of cynicism have had admirers, especially among those who wish to question the state of society. The 18th French philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau was called the new Diogenes when he argued that the art, science, and technology corrupt people. In 1882, Friedrich Nietzsche reimagined a story in which Diogenes went into the Athenian marketplace with a lantern, searching in vain for a single honest person. In Nietzsche's version, a so-called madman rushed into a town square to proclaim that this was Nietzsche's way of calling for a revaluation of value and rejecting dominant Christian and Platonic idea of universal spiritual insight beyond the physical world. Nietzsche admired Diogenes for the sticking stubbornly to here and now. More recently, the hippies of 1960s have been compared with Diogenes as countercultural rebels. Diogenes' ideas have been adopted and reimagined over and over again. The original cynics might not have a proof of this fresh text. They believe that their value of rejecting custom and living closely with nature were the only true value. Whether or not you agree with that or with any of the latter incarnation, all have one thing in common: they question the status quo. And that is an example we can still follow. Not to blindly follow conventional or majority view. And think. But to think hard about what is truly valuable. Critical thinking about. Thinking critically about our institution and the way of life. Life is more important than ever. Form your newfound skepticism with this video.
好。